Hey everybody, it's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. I always have to remember that. We'll probably wait maybe I don't know, 30 seconds or a minute for people to pop on and make sure I'm doing everything right. So I wonder if you guys have gotten a haircut. I really need a haircut, that's for sure. All right, guys, just a few more seconds here. We'll get started. Your personal preference on props. Always good to have. It's always good to have blocks and straps. I feel like my voice and talking isn't linked up. I don't know what to do about that. Okay, so props, strap, maybe a cushion for the knees, any extra padding, whatever you usually do in your regular practice. Having that here today would be awesome. And I think we'll go ahead and get started. So a couple of things logistically. I am home. I've got two boys, a fur baby, a husband. So there might be an interruption or some background noise. So I just wanted to tell you about that. Okay, good. Thumbs up. Thanks, Holly. Hey, Janice. Good morning. And Holly, thank you for the opportunity from Holly. She's a studio owner of Canopy the Roots in Dahlonega, and I am here in Barrow County. So I'm just so excited to do this with you guys. And we're going to get started. So y'all ready? I'm going to have no music. So also your personal preference if you would like to have some background music. I also would like to encourage you maybe adopting a silent practice. It's definitely been interesting having our regular yoga practice be a little bit different virtually at home. And that's something that I've personally enjoyed in my personal practice. So maybe doing that today. And also maybe letting go of any expectations. You're home. Maybe when we come into a posture, you might notice some dust bunnies under the bed or under something. Just notice and let go of those expectations of maybe some outside noise or anything like that interrupting. So when you're ready, yes, let's do this. I see you, girl. All right, guys, let's get started. We're gonna get started in a comfortable seat. So whatever that might mean for you, crisscross applesauce, legs extended. And we're gonna just take a second here to connect with the breath. So settling in, closing the eyes if it feels well, but please feel free to keep them open. Shoulders roll down and back here, just checking in, noticing. Noticing where you might be feeling any tightness or tension. Noticing any noises that might be in your environment. Possibly noticing any smells that might be in your environment. And then coming to the breath. Noticing the breath. Noticing the gentle inhale and exhale. Maybe one is deeper than the other. No need to change anything. Just notice. So our practice today, I'm definitely going to honor your time. It'll be under 60 minutes. I'm not sure exactly the amount of time. We're kind of doing a healthy bit of winging it today, which has been really cool with everything virtually here. So today we are going to be working on some strength throughout the core. We'll be coming into what is called Mula Bandha or root lock. And for those of you that have not practiced this before, it's a contraction here of the core, but we also bring the pelvic floor up at the same time and holding everything together. So when you're ready here, let's take our arms at our sides, opening the eyes, Just keeping a soft gaze, palms facing up. Let's inhale, arms coming up overhead. Let's stop here for a second. Shoulders roll down and back. Palms facing one another. When you're ready, palms come together. Let's bring thumbs to the forehead. Today, may your thoughts be filled with positivity. Thumbs coming to the lips, or if you prefer, underneath the lips at the chin. And today, may the words you speak be filled with positivity. Thumbs to the heart center. And may the things you feel today be filled with positivity. Again, arms at our sides. Let's inhale, arms coming overhead, shoulders roll down and back, maybe taking biceps closer to ears here, palms facing one another, just pausing. Again, checking in, noticing how the body's feeling this morning. Palms together, thumbs to forehead. May today be filled with positive thoughts. Thumbs to the lips. May today be filled with positive words. Thumbs to the heart center. May today be filled with positive feelings. Now we're going to do that one more time, and as we come to the forehead, the lips, and the heart center, at home, if you would like, I'd like you to think of a positive affirmation or a word. And as we come through this one last time, maybe even saying that word or affirmation out loud. Again, let's inhale, arms coming up, pausing just for a brief second here. Hands together, thumbs to the forehead. Maybe that positive word or affirmation, may you be thinking that today and now. Thumbs to the lips. That positive word or affirmation, may you speak it to yourself now and today. To the heart center. That positive word or affirmation, may you truly feel it today and especially now. When you're ready, one more big breath, arms coming up, exhale, just gently fold forward. Hands in front of you here. If possible, trying to keep that connection with the sits bones to the mat beneath you. Gently walking it in. Let's take that left arm across the chest here, cradling it in, shoulders roll down and back here, circles throughout the wrist, whatever direction you would like. Go ahead and change direction. Finding stillness here, we're going to touch each finger to the thumb. So pinky finger, ring finger, middle finger, index finger, and flowing through that on your own, at your own pace here, just gently warming up the wrists, hands, and fingers. When you're ready, relax, release here, switching the position of your legs. Inhale, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, gentle hip hinge forward. If possible, keeping that connection with the sits bones to the mat beneath you. Again, just noticing any tightness or tension through the hips. When you're ready, walking it up and in, right arm comes across the chest, cradling it in. Shoulders roll down and back, same idea here, circles throughout the wrists, whatever direction you would like. Go ahead and change direction. And then gently touching each finger to the thumbs here, just for a second while I check everything here. Yes, hello everybody. Hey Kelly, hey Miss Mary. It's so nice to, air quote, see y'all. When you're ready, stillness here throughout the hands, arms at our sides. Inhale one more time, arms coming up, Exhale, we're going to take a left arm across the chest, right comes under, giving yourself a big hug. If you'd like, maybe even grabbing some of the shoulder blades. Big breath in, let's exhale. Elbows coming up towards the ceiling, but also away from the body here. Staying here for 3 big breaths. Adding a little bit of movement when you're ready. Let's gently crunch in here. Elbows coming towards the navel. And then up again. Let's link breath with movement. Inhale as we close. Exhale as we open. Flowing through this on your own, at your own pace. Linking that breath with movement. Gently warming up the core here. So maybe creating that little bit of a C shape as you come in through the spine. Let's all complete one more. Returning back to center here. Relax, release, arms at the sides. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, right arm across the chest, left comes under here. Maybe grabbing some of the shoulder blades. When you're ready, elbows up to the ceiling, also away from the chest here. 3 big breaths. Our eagle arm variation here, warming up the shoulders. When you're ready here, crunching in, elbows towards the center, and then back up to the ceiling, linking breath with movement. Let's inhale, closed. Exhale as you open. Flowing through this on your own, at your own pace. Again, just noticing. Noticing any tightness or tension through the shoulders, possibly maybe even a little bit of warmth and energy starting to be created here. Let's all complete one more. Gently coming up, relax, release. Arms at the sides, legs extended long in front of you. Taking a second here, if you'd like to gently pick up a little bit of the fleshy bits here so you feel that connection with your sits bones to the mat. Toes up to the ceiling. When you're ready, inhale, arms coming up. As you exhale, right hand reaches for the outside of the left foot. Staying here, 3 big breaths. When you're ready, returning back to center. Inhale, arms coming up. Exhale, left hand reaching for the outside of the right foot. So that pinky toe. 3 big breaths. Returning back to center. Now creating your own flow here. You're going to inhale, arms coming overhead. Exhale, whatever hand you prefer, reaching for the opposite foot. Inhale to center with the arms overhead. Exhale, switching to the opposite side. And you got it again, flowing through this at your own pace. Linking that breath to movement. And as we start to create some warmth here, if you'd like, coming into your Ujjayi breath, here your ocean's breath. If you're not familiar with that, I have 2 boys and we lovingly call it a Darth Vader breath. So let's keep flowing through this here. So a slight constriction in the throat here with the lips closed. Inhaling, and as you exhale, kind of pretending like you're trying to fog a mirror up. So at any time during our practice, finding that Ujjayi breath, let's complete one more on each side. And once you have finished that, let's transition to the hands and the knees. Wrists are stacked underneath shoulders. Knees are stacked underneath hips, coming into cat-cows, belly to the floor, gazes out towards me. Elbows into the midline, if you prefer, tucking the toes under. C-shape with the spine, navel to spine, chin to chest.
When you're ready, linking breaths with movement, inhale into our cow. Exhale into cat, flowing through this on your own, at your own pace. Feel free to introduce any movement that feels well. Maybe a gentle sway of the hips, right and left, figure eights, circles, whatever you would like. And remember for our practice today that this is your practice. I am here for you guys. But if I happen to do something that might not feel well, honoring your body, maybe modifying, and always remember child's pose is something you can always return to for rest. So completing one more cycle through here. Everyone tucking the toes under, gently pressing hips back to heels here, gentle stretch through the feet. Coming back up, tabletop. Taking the palms, flipping them over here with the fingers pointing to the body. So palms are facing the ceiling, a little bit of wrist love here. Maybe gently taking a little bit of the weight back to the heels. Maybe it feels best to create a little bit of movement. My wrists are feeling super tight this morning. And now taking palms to the mat here, walking the fingers in so that they're pointing towards one another, towards the midline here. Gently swaying to the right and left. Finding stillness in center, toes still tucked under. Gently pressing hips towards the heels if you'd like. Walking all the way up here. Maybe circles throughout the wrists. Opposite direction. A few more moments here. Hands prayer position, heart center. Back tabletop position here. When you're ready, staying here on the hands and the knees, we're going to practice our Mula Bandha here. So I want you to think about bringing your navel towards your spine and intricately knitting the rib cage together here. And also bringing the pelvic floor up and in at the same time. Now we're going to hold this here for about 5 breaths. So again, just noticing. When you're ready here, maintaining that core lock if possible. Left arm reaching out, right comes behind us, bringing everything in towards the midline here. And also bringing awareness to the headlight of the right hip, making sure that that is facing towards the floor. Gaze is at the top of the mat. Solid on to both hands and knees, switching opposite side, right arm, left leg, everything in towards the midline. Back to the mat, left arm, right leg here, and really energetically, that's what I meant to say, pressing through the index finger knuckle here. Small pulses with the leg and the arm at the same time. Three, two, one. Keeping that leg extended, hands solid onto the mat here. Elbows in towards the rib cage. A gentle bow here, either with the chin or the forehead, so a little modified push-up. Pressing back up. Flowing through this on your own, maybe getting a higher lift of the leg. Big breath in, exhale, pressing down and up. Go ahead and flow through this on your own. If possible, making sure to keep those elbows in towards the rib cage. Let's all complete one more onto the hands and knees. Pressing back, child's pose, big toes together to touch. Arms long. Forehead to mat. Together, let's inhale deeply. Exhale, sigh it out. Again, a big breath in. Exhale, out. One more big breath. Exhale out. When you're ready, pressing up onto the hands and knees here. Coming into that core lock, right arm, left leg extended, everything into the midline. Gentle pulses. 3, 2, and 1. Solid onto both hands. Coming into our little push-up variation here, gently bowing either chin or forehead. And again, really making sure to keep those elbows in towards the rib cage. So a bit of a tricep push-up variation. Finding that breath. Let's all complete one more. Once you're done, sitting back, child's pose. So just another moment here, returning back to your positive word or affirmation. Today, may you think that word about yourself, about others. Today, may you speak that word or affirmation about yourself or others. And today, I hope and pray that you feel that word about yourself and others. When you're ready, let's press up, tabletop position, toes tucked under, pressing up to our first downward dog of today. So if you're super tight through the back body, pedaling it out, or keeping a soft bend or generous bend in the knees. Let's all press up onto the toes. Heels to the mat. Pressing up. Heels coming down. Pressing up. One more time, coming down, a few more breaths here. Really pressing chest towards the tops of the thighs. When you're ready, gently walking it in towards the hands. Small bend in the knees, ragdoll pose here, crown of the head to the mat, maybe grabbing hold of the elbows. Nod the head yes. And no. Nod the head yes. And no. When you're ready, let's use that core here to roll up to standing. I might have to adjust the camera here. So meeting me at the top of your mat, mountain pose. Perfect. So y'all, if I happen to mess left and right up, I'm flip-flopped on here. So I just want to tell y'all that I usually will mirror my sides, but I'm wondering if I'm mirroring a mirror, if that makes sense. Okay, so mountain pose. Standing steady here, shoulders rolled down and back, palms facing me. When you're ready, let's inhale, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, palms together, gently pressing thumbs to the forehead, the lips, heart center, folding forward. Coming up, halfway lift. Again, awareness into the core, coming into that core lock, maybe engaging that Mula Bandha, bringing the pelvic floor up and in. When you're ready, gently folding forward, hands to the mat, Step, jump, wiggle, whatever you gotta do, jump it back. First plank of today. Shoulders roll down and back, always an option to come onto the knees. Whatever works for you and your personal practice. When you're ready, slow lower, chaturanga down. So think about those elbows coming in towards the rib cage. Always an option to come onto the knees as we lower onto the belly. So many different options here. Baby cobra, palms outside the chest, gently lifting the chest. Full expression of cobra, pressing into the hands, but we're also pressing into the tops of the feet. Maybe even getting a lift of the knees. If upward facing dog is in your practice, feel free to take that here. When you're ready, pressing hips up and back, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths here. Maybe connecting with that Ujjayi breath as we build this energy and warmth. Gaze is at the top of the mat here. Walk, step, jump to meet the hands. Forward fold. When you're ready, we rise. Arms coming overhead, palms together, and you got it. Thumbs to the forehead. Thumbs to the lips. Thumbs to the heart center. And again, so that was a sun salutation A here, meeting me at the top of your mat. If you're not there, steady in mountain pose. Inhale, arms coming overhead. Exhale, forward fold, maybe taking thumbs to the forehead, lips, heart, as we fold forward. Halfway lift here, coming into that core lock. Forward fold again, palms to the mat, stepping, jumping back, plank pose again. So bringing that tailbone up and in. Bringing awareness here to the shoulders. We want to make sure to have the wrists stacked underneath the shoulders. And connecting with the breath. Again, always an option to come onto the knees. When you're ready, chaturanga, slowly lower. Pressing up into your version of your back extension. Baby cobra, cobra, or upward facing dog. Toes tucked, hips up and back. Down dog. Gaze at the top of the mat, transitioning to the hands, folding forward. When you're ready, we rise all the way up to standing. Palms come together, thumbs to the forehead, the lips, and the heart center. So one more time with our sun A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive or fold forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back, plank position. When you're ready, shifting body weight forward here, slowly lower. And we're gonna stay here, so stay here, yay. When you're ready, we're gonna flip over onto our backs. So depending on the position of what you're watching me on, you might want to transition so that you can see me well. So laying on the back here, making sure you guys can see me. Arms can rest at your sides here. So coming into a pelvic tilt. Want you to think about taking the tailbone a scotch off of the mat and in towards the belly. Now again, awareness here in the core, navel to spine, and also pelvic floor coming up and in, engaging our Mula Bandha. So let's breathe here, 5 big breaths. Relax, release everything to the mat here. So awareness to that lower back. Really feel that natural curve return. When you're ready, again, pelvic tilt that is, coming up and in. And now awareness to the lower back, really feeling that connection with the mat beneath you. Arms behind your head here, hands that is, just lightly touching behind the ears. So we're going to come into some yoga crunches, a little bit different than the weight room. Big breath in. As you exhale, I want you to think about shaking the chest up off of the mat and towards the ceiling here. Maintaining that pelvic tilt and also that Mula Bandha if that is possible and feels well. And relax back down to the mat now, flowing through this on your own with your own breath. It might be very beneficial here to exhale completely through the mouth, expelling some of that heat we're creating. So these are a little bit different than the regular crunches in the weight room. I really want you to move slowly here. Yes, slowly and with intention. So let's all complete 8 more here. For those of you that have never been to one of my classes, you might notice that I don't count. So let's all do 3 more wherever you're at. The important thing is that we're moving. Once you finish that last one, let's relax, release everything. Arms overhead, legs long. Encourage that curve in the lower back here, stretching the abs, maybe even hollowing out the lower back just a little bit. When you're ready here, returning, so we're going to do a reverse tabletop position here. 90-degree angle with the legs, and if possible, think about stacking the knees right above the hips. Arms up overhead, also if possible, elbows stacked right on top of the shoulders. Now before we do anything, coming into our Mula Bandha. So core coming in, and really noticing that connection with your lower back to your mat. I'm going to stop talking here. Let's get into it. Gently touching left heel to the mat, maintaining that core lock and that connection with your lower back. Bringing it up and in. Switching right heel. Now I want you to flow through this on your own here. And again, moving slowly and with intention here. So this isn't about cranking out reps. This is about maintaining that lock through the core. Now, what is your breath doing? We want to make sure to breathe here. And also, if possible, linking breath with movement. So maybe it feels better to inhale as the heel comes down, exhale with that pull up. And if you're like my husband, he always does the opposite of what I do. So maybe it feels better for you to breathe the opposite way than I tell you. So let's all complete 2 more complete rounds, that is. So a rep on each side. Once you've finished, feet solid onto the mat here, walking the heels in close to the back body, arms at the sides, hips up towards the ceiling into bridge pose. So really stretching out the abs here, engaging the back body, making sure to squeeze the knees in towards the midline. If the full expression of bridge is in your practice, taking that now. So arms and hands together here. Gently walking up onto the shoulder blades, energetically pressing through the forearms and the hands, finding the breath. When you're ready, releasing arms to the sides, we slowly lower with control for a count of 3, 2, 1. Arms up overhead, yoga crunches again, fingertips light onto the back of the head, pelvic tilt on your own. When you're ready, big breath in, exhale, gently coming up, flowing through this on your own. Now that we're familiar here with the movement, again, awareness into everything here in the core. Wherever you're at, let's all complete 5 more. You guys got it. Once you finish that last one here, let's stretch it long and tall. Encourage hollowing out the lower back. Coming into that reverse tabletop here, knees stacked above hips, arms coming up overhead. So this is a little dead bug variation here. Whatever heel you would like, gently touching it down, coming back up, flowing through this on your own here, linking that breath with movement. Again, really just noticing here our Mula Bandha or our core lock. What's your body doing? How's it feeling? Let's all complete 2 more cycles through. Once you've finished, feet solid onto the mat, heels coming in, pressing up into our bridge pose. If you'd like to come into the full expression with the hands underneath, doing so, or they can be resting at your sides. When you're ready, gently taking right heel off of the mat. Holding, switching left heel. So really trying to maintain that lift through the hips if possible. Let's do that one more time each side. Right heel coming up, left heel. And now option to switch between each foot or maybe both heels coming up. Solid onto the feet. Now energetically pressing through the heels. Maybe can you lift the toes here as you're doing so, really contracting the back body, holding for 3, 2, 1. Slow lower back to the mat. When you're ready, gently flipping over. And I'm going to give you a second here if you need to adjust again your positioning with whatever you might be watching. When you're ready, pressing up into your variation of your back extension, baby cobra, cobra, upward facing dog. Toes tucked, hips coming up and back into down dog. Taking your gaze towards your hands, transitioning walk, step, jump, shimmy, dance to get there. Crown of the head to the mat. Gentle bend in the knees. Let's slowly transition back up to standing. Palms come together. Thumbs to the forehead. Thumbs to the lips. Thumbs to the heart center. So one more time here with our Vinyasa sun salutation. Let's inhale, arms coming up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Fold forward again, palms to the mat, transitioning to plank pose. Top of a push-up, again, always an option to come to the knees. When you're ready, shifting body weight forward, we slowly lower with control. Your variation of your back extension. Toes tucked, hips come up and back, downward facing dog. 3 big breaths here. Let's inhale deeply through the nose. Exhale, side out. Again, inhale deeply. Exhale out. One more big breath in and out. When you're ready, extending right leg up to the ceiling. It's okay to open up through the hip if you prefer. Stay there for a few breaths. Taking your gaze towards your hands here, we're going to transition right leg onto the mat into pigeon pose. So if pigeon pose is in your practice, falling into that now, we're going to transition into stretching it all out. So if you'd like to immediately come into sleeping pigeon, coming to the forearms, making a pillow, coming into pigeon pose. We're going to be here a little bit longer than we've held any poses for today. But if you're new to pigeon pose, stick with me here. I'm going to give you a couple of different variations and options. So that right foot, to decrease the stretch through the hips, have that right foot closer into the body. Same idea if you'd like to increase the stretch, bringing that right foot more to a 90-degree angle. And it's also okay if you're new to pigeon pose to be favoring that right hip. So really resting maybe even onto that right glute. If you happen to have a yoga block or any cushions, you can always pad the space beneath you. And one more option and variation here. If this doesn't feel well on your knees or hips at all, you can take a bend in both knees, coming into what we call deer pose, and gently folding forward. So many different options and variations here. We're going to be here in pigeon pose for another, let's say about 12 breaths. When you're ready, pressing up onto the hands, and however is best for you, meeting me in downward facing dog again. So maybe pressing up onto the hands and the knees, toes tucked, downward facing dog. Three-legged dog, left leg up to the ceiling here. It's okay to open up through the hip if that feels well. Taking your gaze towards your hands, let's sweep that left leg through and coming to rest on the mat, pigeon pose here on the left leg, extending right long back behind you. Again, taking the second here to find your form that fits your body best and feels well for you. If you'd like to increase the stretch, bringing that left foot more to a 90-degree angle, taking it to the forearms, maybe stacking fist on top of fist so your forehead can rest. Back to the breath. And if you'd like, maybe even that positive affirmation. Maybe it feels well to even speak it out loud. Today and now, may you think your positive affirmation. Today and now, may you speak it to yourself and to others. And today and now, may you truly feel it. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. When you're ready, gently pressing back up onto the hands, just coming to a comfy seat. Feet solid onto the mat here, hands behind you, windshield wiper of the knees, to and fro. And we're going to transition on to our backs here, so just go ahead and do that. And feel free to make yourself comfy. I'm going to fix the computer here. Maybe put your socks back on or a jacket. So feet are solid on the mat here. Let's take right ankle to rest on top of left thigh, maintaining a flexed right foot. Hand can gently press the knee away. When you're ready, threading through the legs, picking up the left leg, bringing both in towards the body here, our figure four, our think pigeon pose, what we just did. Excellent stretch for the hips, even getting into our piriformis, which is a tricky muscle. Staying here with the breath. Left leg extended long up to the ceiling here, but maintaining our figure 4 stretch, pointing and flexing through the left foot. Ankle circle whatever direction you would like. Go ahead and change direction. Finding stillness and center, toes towards the shin. Option here to walk up the grip up above the knee, grabbing calf, ankle, toes, foot. If you have a strap handy, option to use that. And again, if possible, maintaining a flexed foot here in the right side. When you're ready, left foot solid onto the mat here, stacking that right knee on top of left, gently dropping both legs to the left, finding extension with the arms here like the letter T, palms up towards the ceiling. So a deep spinal twist, bringing some awareness to that right shoulder. Maybe it feels better to maintain gaze up to the ceiling if that right shoulder is not connected to the mat. Option twisting and looking towards the right hand. Finding the breath. Let's return to center. Both feet solid onto the mat, switching opposite side. Left ankle resting on top of right thigh. Flex left foot. Gently pressing the knee away here. When you're ready, threading through the legs, picking up the back of the right thigh, bringing both into the body. Let's find that extension with the right leg up to the ceiling, pointing and flexing through the foot. Ankle circles whatever direction you would like. Go ahead and change direction. Stillness and center, toes towards the shin. Option to grab above the knee, calf, ankle, foot, toes, whatever feels best for you. Gently bringing both legs in towards the body. Right foot solid onto the mat, arms T position out to the side, stacking left knee on top of right. And when you're ready, deep spinal twist, both legs fall to the right. Option keeping gaze up to the ceiling if that feels well on the neck, or turning to look towards the left hand. When you're ready, returning to center, hugging knees into the chest, gently rocking to the right and left a few times if that feels well. Releasing legs long on the mat, arms at our sides here, palms facing up. Savasana, feet fall away. Closing the eyes if that feels well, but please feel free to keep them open, just picking a spot on the ceiling to gaze upon. So all of that wonderful work that we just did, all of the energy that created, let's settle it all in, seal it in for today. Coming back to the breath. Noticing. Noticing how cool the air is as you inhale. And noticing how warm it is as you exhale. And again, maybe the inhale is deeper than the exhale, or vice versa. Just noticing. No need to change anything. Thank you for this day, Lord. Thank you for the sun shining. Thank you for the laughter. Thank you for everybody that is on this, not a call, a video, I guess. Lord, we're so excited to be able to meet each other again. Never, ever, ever will I ever discredit a hug. Thank you for this able body that moves. In your heavenly name I pray, amen. So please feel free to stay here, or if you'd like, gently rolling into a fetal position to rest on whatever side you prefer. Let's gently press up to a comfortable seated position. Arms out at our sides. Let's inhale deeply. Palms coming together, thumbs to the forehead. And if it feels well, saying your positive word or affirmation out loud. I hope and pray that your thoughts are filled with nothing but positivity. Thumbs to the lips. I hope and pray that your words are filled with nothing but positivity towards yourself and towards others. If you'd like, saying your positive affirmation or word out loud. Lastly, thumbs to the heart. I hope and pray that you feel that positive word or affirmation. Truly feel it about yourself. Because you are beautifully, fearfully, and wonderfully made. God bless each and every one of you. Jai Masi. Thank you for sharing your Saturday morning with me. Before I figure out how to end the call, if you are on right now or you're viewing this at a later time, if you would like to actually post, lost my train of thought. What strength would you guys like to work on? I am here for you. So today we worked on core strength and also engaging our Mula Bandha. So if there are certain areas that you would like to work on strength-wise or stretch-wise, feel free to drop that in the comments. I would love to do that with you. So yeah, this will kind of be the style of class, you guys. We're gonna work on some strength, and then we're gonna stretch it all out. So yeah, let me know. Questions, comments, concerns, you can actually comment in here. But I love each and every one of you, and thank you for the opportunity. Canopy, I'm excited. Hopefully make it up to Dahlonega sometimes. It is not that far away. So you guys have a blessed day. Enjoy the sunshine. Over and out. Bye, y'all. Okay.